Are leg cramps waking you up at night? That sharp, sudden pain that hits your legs and steals your sleep? If you're over 60, chances are you've felt it, and maybe you've even accepted it as just part of aging. But what if it doesn't have to be? In this video, we're counting down 4 powerful fruits that can help reduce leg cramps naturally and strengthen your muscles in the process. You might be surprised which fruit made the top of the list. So, which one should you start eating today? Let's begin. And number 4 might just surprise you. Papaya. You probably didn't expect papaya to be on this list. Honestly, most people don't. But if you're someone who deals with painful leg cramps, especially at night, papaya might be one of the easiest, most overlooked solutions sitting in your kitchen. Have you ever felt bloated after dinner or struggled with digestion before bedtime? That kind of discomfort might seem unrelated to your muscles, but it's not. The way your body digests food, how it breaks down nutrients and absorbs electrolytes, directly affects how your muscles contract and relax. That's where papaya shines. This tropical fruit isn't just sweet and soft. It's packed with an enzyme called papain. You may not have heard of it, but papain plays a key role in helping your body break down proteins and ease digestion. And why does that matter for leg cramps? Because poor digestion often leads to bloating, constipation, and tension around your core, which can put strain on your legs and back. If you've ever felt your whole body clench up from gut discomfort, you know what I mean. It's not just about your stomach, it's about what that tension does to the rest of your body, especially your muscles. Now, beyond digestion, papaya also delivers a powerful mix of minerals your body needs to stop cramps before they start, like potassium and magnesium. You've probably heard those two names tossed around a lot when people talk about cramps, but here's the thing. As we age, we naturally lose more of these minerals, and without enough of them in your system, your muscles don't get the signals they need to relax properly. That's when cramps hit, hard and without warning. There was even a small clinical study in Indonesia showing how papaya leaf extract reduced joint pain in elderly patients with arthritis. It's not the same thing as cramps, of course, but it tells us something powerful. Papaya contains natural compounds that ease pain, reduce inflammation, and support tissue recovery. That's exactly the kind of quiet support your muscles need as they age. Another thing you might not expect: papaya is rich in vitamin C. Not just for your immune system, but for something more hidden: collagen production. Collagen is what gives your muscles and tendons their flexibility. Without enough of it, your muscles become stiff, your joints feel tight, and yes, cramps come faster and harder. Papaya helps you rebuild that structure, bite by bite. But maybe the most overlooked benefit? Hydration. Papaya has a high water content and a soft texture, making it easy to eat and easy to digest, even if you have trouble chewing or swallowing. It helps restore water balance inside your muscle cells, where real hydration matters most. So, if you're someone who's been waking up clenching your calves or hobbling out of bed in the morning, ask yourself this: could something as simple as a few slices of papaya each day help you feel better? Could better digestion, better hydration, and a few extra minerals make the difference tonight? We're just getting started. The next fruit on the list is small, deep red, and known to reduce muscle pain in ways you might not believe. Let's talk about number 3. If papaya was the surprise, then cherries are the proof. You've probably heard about them in passing, maybe even seen tart cherry juice at the grocery store, and wondered if it's just another trend. But what if it's more than that? What if something as simple as cherries could be one of the most effective ways to calm your muscles and finally let you sleep through the night? Think about the last time you had a leg cramp that woke you up, that helpless, tight, throbbing pain that comes out of nowhere. Now imagine getting through the whole night without it, just because you added one fruit to your evening routine. Sounds too easy, right? That's what most people think until they try it. Cherries, especially tart cherries, are rich in a group of antioxidants called anthocyanins. These aren't just good for general health, they specifically fight inflammation in muscle tissue. And if you've ever had a cramp that left your legs sore for hours, you know inflammation plays a role. You don't need a full-blown injury for your muscles to feel bruised and tight. Sometimes it's the small, invisible stress inside your cells that causes the biggest discomfort. There's actual science behind it too. Studies have shown that tart cherry juice can reduce muscle soreness after exercise and improve recovery. That means your muscles don't just feel better, they heal faster, stay more relaxed, and resist the kinds of spasms that turn into night cramps. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Cherries also help with sleep. They're one of the few natural food sources of melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to rest. So you get this powerful combo: reduced inflammation, faster muscle recovery, and better sleep quality, all from one fruit. Now imagine what that does for someone your age, someone whose muscles already take longer to heal, whose sleep is already light and often interrupted. Have you ever tried tart cherry juice before bed? Just a small glass, maybe 30 minutes before turning in. If you haven't, why not? If you've already changed your pillow, your mattress, even your position in bed just to avoid cramps, isn't it worth testing something this simple? People have shared stories of their 80-year-old parents sleeping through the night after just a few days of drinking cherry juice. No pills, no side effects, just fruit. Isn't that the kind of solution you've been hoping for? Something that doesn't add another bottle to your cabinet or another medication to explain to your doctor. And if you're someone helping care for an aging parent or grandparent, cherries are easy to share. They taste good. They feel like a treat, not a treatment. That matters when someone is already tired of routines and restrictions. Now you might be thinking, okay, cherries sound promising, but what if you need more than just recovery? What if you want to strengthen your muscles too, not just stop the pain, but prevent it altogether? The next fruit is small, green, fuzzy, and it could be exactly what your muscles have been missing. Let's move on to number 2. So, what if you've already tried papaya, even cherries, and you're still waking up with tight calves or twitching thighs? What if the cramps are a little less frequent, but still there, waiting for the moment you relax? That's when you need to look deeper. Not just at what calms your muscles, but what truly supports them from the inside out. This is where kiwi comes in. Small, green, and often overlooked, kiwi might be the missing piece in your routine. Have you ever heard someone say their muscles just don't bounce back like they used to? That slow recovery, that constant tightness, it's not just about age, it's about minerals, specifically magnesium. And kiwi is one of the richest fruits in this powerhouse mineral. If you're over 60, chances are your magnesium levels are lower than they used to be. It's a quiet drop, one you don't feel right away until the cramps begin. Now ask yourself this: when was the last time you ate something specifically to help your magnesium levels? When was the last time you thought about your electrolyte balance? Not in a sports drink, but in your daily food. Kiwi gives you that, naturally. No artificial colors, no fizz, no sugar crash. Just magnesium, potassium, and vitamin C, right there in every bite. But here's something people rarely talk about when it comes to leg cramps: digestion. Because if your gut isn't working right, your muscles won't either. You can eat all the right nutrients, but if your body can't absorb them efficiently, what good do they do? This is where Kiwi quietly becomes a star. It's high in fiber, gentle on the stomach, and proven to support regular digestion. You might think, what does constipation have to do with my legs? But once your body is tense from digestive discomfort, it starts affecting the way your muscles hold themselves, especially at night, when everything should be at ease. Have you noticed that cramps often strike when you're at your most relaxed? Lying down, falling asleep, finally still. That's when your electrolyte imbalances show up. That's when magnesium deficiency steps in. And that's when Kiwi, eaten a few hours before bed, can start making a difference. Some people say they feel the shift in just a week. Less twitching, less midnight jolts, and an easier time getting up in the morning. Could one small fruit really help with that? Well, have you tried it yet? There's no downside. It's easy to chew, even if your teeth or dentures aren't what they used to be. It's naturally sweet, with a refreshing tartness that makes it feel more like a treat than medicine. And best of all, it supports everything your aging muscles need: relaxation, circulation, and steady repair. Now, we've talked about surprise, we've talked about recovery, and we've talked about digestion. But what if you just want something simple, something familiar, something you already have in your kitchen, maybe even on your counter right now? The number one fruit for preventing leg cramps in seniors is probably the one you've been eating your whole life, but never quite like this. Let's talk about bananas. You probably guessed this one, or maybe you were hoping it would show up. Bananas. Familiar, affordable, soft, and sweet. But here's the real question. Are you eating them because you like the taste, or because you know what they're doing for your body? Most people don't, and yet bananas might be the single most powerful fruit you can eat to prevent leg cramps, especially at night. Let's start with potassium. You've heard the word before, but have you really thought about what it does? Potassium is the mineral that tells your muscles how to contract, and more importantly, how to relax. Without enough of it, the signals between your nerves and your muscles get scrambled. That's when cramps happen. Fast, painful, and out of nowhere. If you've ever woken up with your toes curled or your calves frozen in a knot, you've felt what potassium deficiency looks like. So, are you getting enough? If you're over 60, the answer might be no. As you age, your body doesn't absorb or hold on to potassium like it used to. And if you take certain medications for blood pressure or heart issues, they might be flushing it out even faster. But here's the good news. A single medium banana gives you around 10% of your daily potassium needs, and that's just the beginning. Bananas also contain vitamin B6, which supports nerve function. And nerve function is exactly what controls your muscles when you sleep. Ever notice how cramps often come right as you're drifting off, or in the early hours before dawn? That's when your nervous system is shifting into deeper sleep. And if those signals aren't clear, the muscles get confused. But it's not just about nutrients, it's about hydration. Bananas, though not watery, like watermelon, help draw water into your cells. They support balance, electrolyte balance. You've probably heard that phrase tossed around in commercials. But in your body, it's not just a slogan. It's survival. When your electrolytes are balanced, your muscles glide through the night. When they're not, they clench up, hard. So if you've been struggling with nighttime cramps, and haven't made bananas a daily habit yet, what's holding you back? Is it the sugar, the texture, or maybe you just didn't think one fruit could make that big a difference? But it can. People in their 70s, 80s, even 90s have shared how one banana a day helped them sleep again. No drama, no pills, just consistency. You don't have to wait for a flare-up. You don't have to wonder if tonight's the night you'll get through without pain. You can act now, before the pain wakes you again. And sometimes, all it takes is that one fruit, the one you've known forever, finally doing something new for you. So we've counted down the top 4 fruits for preventing leg cramps in seniors. But which one spoke to you the most? Which one do you feel ready to try tonight? Because in a moment, we're going to bring it all together and give you one last reminder that this doesn't have to be your nightly routine anymore. So here we are. 4 simple fruits, each with their own quiet power. Maybe you've tried 1 or 2 already. Maybe this is the first time you've heard that food could make such a difference. But now you know, leg cramps aren't something you have to suffer through. Not anymore. You've learned how papaya supports your digestion and reduces tension from the inside, how cherries ease inflammation and help you sleep deeper, how kiwi fills the mineral gaps that age slowly carves out, and how bananas, simple, familiar, humble, can rebuild the balance your muscles have been asking for. But knowing is just the beginning. What matters now is what you do next. Are you going to let tonight be another night of hoping the cramps don't come back? Or are you ready to take back control with just one change, one piece of fruit, one small habit at a time? You don't have to do it all at once. Start with the one that felt right to you, the one your body seemed to say yes to. Add it to your day, not as a chore, not as a treatment, but as an act of care. Because you deserve rest, you deserve peace at night, and your body deserves the kind of support that doesn't come in a pill bottle. So which fruit will you try first? Which one will be waiting on your plate tomorrow morning or right before bed tonight? Let this be the night your muscles sleep as soundly as you do.